You might argue saying every isekai has romance in it, but what is the isekai that focuses on romance more than the others and actually writes a good romance? Here are 10 romance isekai anime you must watch. Let's go! You can now add any of these anime I talk about to your watch list by clicking the link on the pinned comment. And check out my new site if you haven't. Number 10, Dr. Elise, the Royal Lady with the Lamp.
望んでもいない婚約の話まで本当に申し訳ありません。
婚約を望んでいないと誰が言った？
We're starting off with some medical isekai. This is about a doctor called Elise who basically treated everyone bad in their first life and suffered the consequences. When she was reincarnated into the same life back again, she thinks, let me be a doctor instead. It's better to save lives. But this comes with a deadline. The emperor of the nation gives her 6 months to prove herself and cure as many patients as possible.
レディ・エリーゼ、私と踊ってくれるか？
This isn't the first time romance was thrown into some medical isekai, but I feel like this did a lot of things well. The characters don't have some groundbreaking original personalities, but they feel interesting enough to keep you hooked to the show. You need to progress through the story a little to see the romance, and let's hope we get a season 2 so the romance can be more fleshed out. Number 9, the reincarnation of the strongest exorcist in another world.
おはよう。気安く話しかけないでくれる？
If there's one lesson you learn from Isekai, it's how powerful magicians always have a secret hidden with them. Meet Haruyoshi Kuga, an exorcist who got betrayed by the imperial government in his past life. But right before dying, he pulls off an Uno reverse card to get reincarnated as an even stronger exorcist. But this time, he won't make the same mistake. He's looking for a peaceful life, but he's also smart enough to dodge any political traps.
イーファ、ちょっと手を出して。
Most main characters in stories like this focus on being insanely strong while building a harem. But what about being insanely strong and clever while doing it? This show actually does a great job with the reincarnation thing, plus the female side characters stand out with their unique personalities. If harem isn't your thing, then this will definitely be a turnoff, but at least the action's good. Number 8, chilling in another world with level 2 super cheap powers.
旦那様のおそばにいられるのでしたら、このフェンリースどこへだってついていきますわ。
ありがとう。
You never know when you might find a good partner to go on isekai adventures with. This is about a guy called Bonanza who is weak like a lot of underdogs in anime. He's sent to search for a magical forest where he levels up so hard he instantly becomes the most powerful guy in the world. Here he meets a wolf girl who is actually a powerful wolf demon, but he tames her and the two decide to act like a married couple.
鉄々しい女たちなのかしら。
先ほどは旅仲間と紹介しましたが。 実は彼女は僕の妻で。
I think this anime lies somewhere between a wholesome slice of life and comedy. Normally, when our main characters get way too overpowered, the anime tends to focus more on action. But instead of all that kick the monsters and defeat the demon lord stuff, here we get a man deciding to chill in another world with a wolf girl. I mean, that feels like every person's dream job. Number 7, how a realist hero rebuilt the kingdom.
別の勇者を召喚したらいいなんて言ってたけど、その人は相馬じゃないでしょ。
Since Civilization 7 was a disappointment, you might as well watch an anime about kingdom building. And you know what comes as a bonus? Romance. Come on, tell me one kingdom building game that has romance in it. Realist Hero is about a guy who gets isekai'd and the king straight up goes, "Hey man, I've done enough ruling. Why don't I hand over my entire kingdom and armies to this random guy who came from another world?"
ねえ、アイシャ。
何ですかの？
アイシャは相馬のこと好き？
は、敬愛しております。
The romance here is pretty much similar to the romance you get in any isekai. Girl develops crush on guy, guy is oblivious about the romance, girl gets angry and acts like a tsundere. I mean, there are a couple of other love interests, but our main girl looks like Saber and acts like a tsundere, so give this one a watch. Number 6, the saint's magic power is omnipotent.
またうっかり見つめてしまった。
俺の存在を忘れてないか、お前たち。
Just like many others on this list, Sai Takanashi gets pulled into a fantasy world, but this time as a holy maiden. Sounds cool, right? But not really, because she was just the backup and gets kicked out right away. You'd think she'd be sad and act like an edgy teenager like all those guys who get thrown out of kingdoms, but nope. Instead, she throws herself into research because that's what smart people do.
ありがとうございます。
どうした？
あ、いえ、何でもありません。
The Saint's magic power is omnipotent is a must-watch, since it actually brings a fresh idea to Isekai and doesn't just turn the main character into another basic fantasy fighter. This also feels like a breath of fresh air since we see everything from the point of view of a female character. Plus, there's romance, and let's be real, who doesn't love some heartwarming romance in their Isekai? Number 5, chilling in my 30s after getting fired from the Demon King's army.
初めての気持ち、あなたにもらったんですよ。ありがとうございます。
Just like the title says, this anime is all about chillin'. It's not every day you see an isekai guy actually settle down. This dude looks even dumber than your typical anime protagonist, but somehow he ends up with a wife, a stable life, and a way happier than most guys who get transported into other worlds. This guy is also one of the few isekai protagonists to start a family, so that alone pushes this anime up the list. Yeah, I get it, it sounds a lot like Banished from the Heroes Party, but it does its own thing with the story and characters. If you're here for epic battles, you might be disappointed. But if you're looking for a laid-back isekai guy enjoying life, you're in for a good time. Number 4, Zenshu.
何？
This time, it's an anime about making an anime. Wait, where does the romance fit in? The story follows Natsuko Hirose, a super talented anime director with a ton of awards and some seriously famous projects under her belt. Her next big challenge? Creating a romantic comedy anime. The only problem, Natsuko has never been in love.
はい、もしもし、広瀬です。
おい、どうした？
そうです。もうリテイクしません。
Zenshu's trailer might be one of the most misleading ever. You'd think it's all about action and fantasy romance, but no. It's actually about an anime director trying to make an action-packed fantasy romance. Honestly, I've watched about 5 episodes of it so far, and I'm really loving it. The steps away from the traditional get hit by the truck and get reincarnated logic, and instead focuses on what's going inside an animator's head. Number 3, the world's finest assassin gets reincarnated in another world as an aristocrat.
彼女は僕の家族だと。
なんでここに？
あの時、彼女の目が救いを求めていたからね。
Wait, how can you sum this up? A local hitman gets reborn in an Assassin's Creed world. Well, something even better. This time, the guy who gets sent to another world is already an assassin. A goddess gives him a second chance, but there's a catch. His mission is to kill the hero of that world. Lucky for him, he's born into a family of assassins, so he trains and grows up all while figuring out how to take down the hero.
ああ、いい筋をしている。
What makes this show stand out is the main character. Unlike most isekai protagonists, he remembers his past life, so he can use his old assassination skills in his new body. He's also not the typical awkward guy. He confidently confesses to the girl he likes and even picks up a few more along the way. Surprisingly, this is written by the same author who wrote Redo of Healer. I think he finally moved from ultra edgy to edgy but cool, and I'm all in for the transformation. Number 2, why Raeliana ended up at the Duke's mansion.
少し待っていてくれ。これが終わり次第出発。
変でしょうか。
Remember when you wanted to go to college, and then out of nowhere you got pushed off a roof? No? Well, that's exactly what happened to Yuna Park, an ambitious girl with big dreams, until someone sent her flying, literally. But since this is an anime, she gets reborn in another world as Raeliana McMillan. Raeliana is a character from a novel, and in that story her own fiancé poisons her, but this time she's not about to let herself die again.
あなたを陥れるためなら、私の靴を舐めることすら厭わないでしょう。何がおかしいのよ。
Now, I'm someone who hates when too many shoujo tropes are crammed into isekai, so when I say I love this show, you know you gotta watch it. Even though it's labeled as isekai, the main story focuses on romance and mystery. And when the tensions are high and the story's writing is at its peak, you're going to get that same hype as ReZero. Number 1, ReZero.
リアの笑顔は最高だね。スバルもそう思うでしょ？
超思うよ。
エミリアタンの笑顔は俺には輝く一番星だ。
Ah, come on, we can't finish an isekai romance list without the masterpiece itself. Sure, it focuses more on torturing the main character whenever he tries to get himself a girl, but the newer seasons start to focus more on romance. At this point, I'm pretty sure the show doesn't need any introductions because it's pretty much among the must-watch if you're an anime fan lists, but let's just say it has a ton of reincarnation, mystery, and the best girl of the show becoming a sleeping beauty.
ご迷惑をおかけしました。夏木すばる再始動します。
ReZero gets interesting because of the same reason Steins Gate became interesting. There's a crazy point on the show where the show goes from wholesome slice of life to crazy thriller where you need to save your loved ones. ReZero is more violent than you think, but it also has a lot of great characters. I mean, it has Rem. That alone puts this at #1.